Look at what's happened to New York. It's a ghost town. It's a ghost town. And when you talk about plexiglass, these are restaurants that are dying. These are businesses with no money. Putting up plexiglass is unbelievably expensive, and it's not the answer. I mean, you're going to sit there in a cubicle wrapped around with plastic. These are businesses that are dying, Joe. You can't do that to people. You just can't. Take a look at New York and what's happened to my wonderful city for so many years. I loved it. It was vibrant. It's dying. Everyone's leaving New York.
Take a look at what New York has done in terms of turning the curve down in terms of the number of people dying. And I don't look at this in terms of the way he does. Blue states and red states. They're all the United States. And look at the states that are having such a spike in the coronavirus. They're the red states. They're the states in the Midwest. They're the states in the upper Midwest. That's where the spike is occurring significantly. But they're all Americans. They're all Americans. And what we have to do is say, wear these masks, number one. Make sure we get the help that the businesses need that has money's already been passed to do that. It's been out there since the beginning of the summer, and nothing's happened. Think about what the president knew in January and didn't tell the American people. He was told this was a serious virus that spread in the air, and it was much worse than the flu. He went on record and said to one of your colleagues, recorded, that in fact he knew how dangerous it was, but he didn't want to tell us. He didn't want to tell us because he didn't want us to panic. He didn't want us. Americans don't panic. He panicked. But guess what? In the meantime, we find out in the New York Times the other day that, in fact, his folks went to Wall Street and said this is a really dangerous thing. And a memo out of that meeting, not from his administration, but from some of the brokers, said, sell short because we got to get moving.
Who are the people that run the world? It's not some shadowy secret society. It's the very people you'd think. Politicians, the ultra-rich, military contractors, monarchs, media moguls. Hi, I'm Sean Morrow, the host of Who Is, the podcast, the first podcast from NowThis and iHeartRadio. On Who Is, I'll dive deep into the fascinating lives of the people who run things, those whose decisions impact every aspect of our lives. How did they get where they are today? And knowing that, what might they do next? How do they use all this power they've accumulated? From Vice President Mike Pence and Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi to Chief Justice John Roberts and whatever it is Jared Kushner does. On Who Is, I'll introduce you to the reporters and experts who know these real-life world molders best. Sharp-eyed observers and confidants who work with, follow, and examine our subjects every day. For more, hit the link below or search Who Is on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, don't forget to hit up the Who Is Snapchat, YouTube, and Facebook pages for the series playlist to check out all the video episodes you may have missed.